Today we're speaking with James Yoreo. Jim, I'll call you. And Jim, congratulations, by the way. You are the David Turnbull Lectureship Award winner. It's a big honor, isn't it?
Thank you very much. Yes, it was quite an honor for me. Thanks.
What is it like to be honored by your peers for such an award?
Well, obviously it was quite a surprise, and in this particular case, it was made a big impression on me because, as it turns out, David Turnbull's research focus was very similar to my own, and so for me, he's one of the gods of my discipline, and to have an award named after him given to me has a special meaning.
I'll bet it is. Now, there's a component of not just scientific achievement, but also the communication of science for the Turnbull Award. Tell us about the importance of being a good communicator of science.
Oh yeah, this is a critical aspect of research today. Science obviously depends very heavily on public support. Public support for funding of research, and actually in the U.S. we're in quite a good position. People do value science, but that can only happen if they understand its value and realize how it improves their lives. So I think it's the communication aspect is critical.
And Jim, speaking of communication, your award talk is titled "A Holistic View of Nucleation and Self-Assembly." So what are some of the points you plan on covering in that talk?
Actually, what I'm trying to get across in my talk is that the view of nucleation that persisted for more than a century has really broken down. Just about the end of the 20th century, there just a number of discoveries that continued then into the last decade that taught us that really what we thought we understood, we didn't, and so it's a whole new game. But the other point I'm trying to make in that talk, and the reason why it's called a holistic view, is that despite what seems like a chaotic picture with many different sorts of processes going on in different systems, you can really view this within a common context, and that puts a solid conceptual foundation underneath all of the variety that has been observed.
And your award citation reads, "For discoveries that have shaped our understanding of crystallization science." So how has the field evolved throughout your career?
Okay, so I did just mention quite a big change that's happened in the area of understanding how materials begin, nucleation. But in addition to that, much of our work on crystallization over the past quarter century has focused on how crystals grow, and in particular, how that growth is altered by interactions with biological systems, with proteins and other macromolecules that living systems use to control crystallization, as well as all of the dirt that exists in the world, impurities. And really bringing a quantitative understanding to that has led to new insights into processes of crystal growth that were not realized in the past. The simple picture that materials formed by atoms adding on one at a time has gone out the window. We now understand that many materials form through much more complex processes, and that's probably the biggest change, is the realization that the world is far more complex than we imagined 25 years ago.
Now, you, in addition to this award, served previously as the president of MRS. So what is getting involved and engaged with the society meant for your career specifically?
That's a very interesting question. I'm going to give you an answer that you might not expect. Being part of the board, and in particular being part of, pardon me, of the presidential line, has given me a level of leadership skills that has enabled me to be much more effective in my day job, my daytime job, in running my research group, in leading the development of material science efforts within my institution. And I didn't expect that when I went into it. I thought I was going there to give something, and what I didn't realize is I was going there to get something.
As you mentioned, the world is a lot more complicated than we thought.
Right.
Thanks again. David Turnbull Lectureship Award winner, Jim Yoreo, and congratulations.
Thank you again.